Good afternoon, MXTV. I am Chris, the commentator for the NAPA Cup Series, especially for the Truck Series. It is the start of the season, not just for trucks, but for the NAPA Cup Series in general. This is the first points-paying race of the season. Last week, we did the two duel races. We saw how one duel was more chaotic than the other, while duel two was a bit more calm, calculated, and we might see that same approach here tonight as well. But there's a big caveat to what we saw last week. Those two races had a mix of veteran drivers with some drivers from the Xfinity Series sort of trying to get their feet wet. But tonight, it is a bunch of rookies with some veteran drivers in the field. And some of these rookies have, like those guys last week, different agendas. Some want to get some laps in, some want to be aggressive, some want to dictate the tempo and maybe get to the front of the field. For some of these guys at the front, as well as in the back, especially for my team, Apex Autosport, we have many different agendas, many different drivers entering into the NAPA Cup Series. And without further ado, Dylan, why don't we start with the driver introductions?
We have here a driver analyst today. Mac is going to be one of our driver analysts throughout the season. Mac is our first one, running all three races, but starts off with the Truck Series. Let's talk to Mac right now, right before we get to the starting grid. Mac, this is Dylan, and the guys up here in the MXTV booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, man, you're going to be rolling off 7 for today's truck race and starting in the rear for the Xfinity race tomorrow. But let's talk about this Truck Series race as we're about to get going here. A lot of rookies in this field, and your driver is on the pole. How do you feel about today's race?
You know, I have a good feeling we're going for a triple crown, much like I did last. We're going for the triple duty, like what I did last year. Obviously, I've been bad fast with my teammates. We worked really well in practice. I really liked how well we worked together. We controlled the pack we were in. I have a good feeling that we can replicate that type of tempo today. I'll maybe try to link up with Fredette as quickly as I can and see where we could go from there.
All right. Well, yeah. Speaking about Jimmer Fredette on the pole, to have your rookie sitting on the front row, real quick. How does just explain like how this team has progressed and just seeing your rookie driver about to make his first ever starting on the pole here.
You know, here at Sunbelt Stars, we develop absolutely phenomenal talent. We've already seen it in the Xfinity Series, and I'm proving it down here in the Truck Series that I can do the same thing. And you know, it's always great to see a rookie driver get something good done first try. Um, You know, the pole's obviously fantastic. We had to help him learn. We helped him learn the track in practice, and well, he's just a natural from that point on.
Alrighty.
Well, Mac, the question I have for you is, you're one of the more experienced drivers in the field, and you're currently racing against a bunch of newer teams, newer drivers that maybe haven't raced in this field before. What are you trying to what are you hoping to really learn from this race? Knowing that.
You know, I'm trying to see, gotta see how things are down here. I know I ran quite a lot of the schedule last season. I got a win at a super speedway that was pretty chaotic with a similar type field. You know, Los Angeles super speedway, but I'm really down here just to get as many wins as I can because, well, my main thing is that I have to still prove I got it.
All right. Well, now we'll go back to Chris here, and we will begin our starting grid for the Truck Series race.
On the pole, we have the 55 of Jimmer Burdett, and starting next to him is that number 4 Chevrolet of Butler. Behind them in row number 2, we got the number 2 truck of Labnuke, starting next to one of the rookies, Elaine. In row 3, that's one of the newer teams, the 18 of Supercats, and starting next to him, the 16 of Twan Hamilton, another rookie. In row number 4, that is Mac, aforementioned one of the veterans in this field, and next to him, Nacho in 95. And in row number 5, we got the 53 of Arctic and the number 33 of Chernia.
Caesarnia, yep.
And then in row number 6, we got the 88 of Petey and the 48 of Raptor. And then in row number 7, we got the 22 of Matt and the 52 of New.
Let's go back to row 8, where we're going to have the 15 of Luke, one of the few returning faces. He's next to the 59 of Juan. In row 9, we're going to have Gino Cap next to Fortnite Ist Fun. In row 10, Conroy Rosario, one of our Canadians in the 36 truck, next to Chase in the 04. Back to row 11, we're going to have Dexterity next to Timmy. And in row 12, Doug and Misty.
Row 13, we have Chris Ganapan and Mike Baxter. Row Brandon Delfino in Lion. In row 15, we have Asipted and Blade. In row 16, we have Whiskers Bailey and Dakota Liggleberry. In row 17, we have Riku Sato and Saucy Sausage.
That is our field here. As real quick before we do.
And we have 2 DNQs as
yeah,
well.
Go ahead.
We have the 2 DNQs, Slow Car Shane and Bella.
Thank you. Real quick here before we get to the command and the drop of the green flag. A little bit of a scheme war going on here. We'll touch on this briefly in pre-race. And a little bit of scheme war going on here. Very similar looks with the 18 and the 04, Supra and Chase. Similar sponsors, and well, I guess I don't fully know how the scheme war works. I guess it's kind of like whoever finishes better gets bragging rights. It's gonna be a little bit of a thing we talk about all day. These are Apex Auto Sports teammates. But now that we got all that out of the way, let's get to the command, the fire engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
You're on your own in Gearing 6. He's fired up. I got you. When you get out there, I'll tell you where I see you. All right.
As everyone fires up here, 2 rookies will lead this field to green here in what is the first points-paying race of the Truck Series season. And the nerves going through Jimmerford and Butler as they're going to lead this field to green. 34 trucks about ready to go. I think we're in for a super exciting race.
2 rookies on the front row. The highest non-rookie, currently 3rd, that is Lab Nuke in the 2 truck. And he is right next to another Chevrolet as they currently go to the green flag. Pace truck is in. It is Jimmer Fredette on the inside line. It is Butler on the outside line. Green flag in the air for our first points-paying race in the NAPA Cup Series. And right now, Jimmer Fredette's going to block the outside line, trying to prevent a lane, prevent Butler from going forward. I mean, as the inside line is rolling, the 2 of Lab Nuke is in the lead right now. Super behind Lab Nuke. And that is the 9 of Marcus Maxwell, who we talked to earlier in the pre-race. He is also going forward. He goes to the inside line of Supra. 2 by 2 as they go into turn 3.
As they fly by here. I was a little bit confused with that start. Sorry, Chris. I was a little bit confused by that start. Jimmer Fredette instantly jumped to the top lane, and now he's already 3rd in line. Not fully sure what his memo was, but Mac from 9th place, or from 7th, my mistake looking at the ticker, will lead the first lap of this race. I am shocked by how that start went, and just like that, it has now put Mac out front as they're already starting to get 3 by 3 here.
That's right. The 2 of Lab Nuke is falling back. He's in a he's stuck in a sucker hole on the outside line, and that's caused the inside and the middle to go forward. But right now we have a 4-truck breakaway. Mac is still leading the way, but right now these guys are 3 wide trying to negotiate for that 5th place position. As right now it's single file, from first to third, maybe even to fifth,
Yeah.
as Mac leads his first lap.
What an odd start to this race. Like, I understand that we have a bunch of inexperienced rookies, but our veterans have flown to the front. I mean, these guys are dealing with race cars that they have never dealt with in their racing career at the high banks at Daytona, and that is what is causing all this racing. I mean, I think some of these drivers are hitting the brakes because they don't know how to handle this racing. This is insane here, as it has caused a breakaway at the front of the field because these guys are just simply trying to learn how to race this track, and look at what it has caused. It's caused a breakaway here. Mac continues to lead with Petey coming. He may jump to the inside. What an odd start.
Mac is under pressure from Petey, though, to the inside. Mac covers it off, though, but like you said, there is a disparity in experience as well as a disparity in talent in the field. The more experienced guys are at the front, while the more less experienced, the rookies having their first start, are starting to trail back, as right now, Mac, Petey, and some of the other veterans, Arctic as well in the 53 truck, up there in the top three. It is single file, but Arctic's under pressure right now for third.
And while I did expect this, I didn't expect this much. I mean, like you can see the speed difference. Even Petey has a little bit of a problem there. Maybe he just has no draft. But it's a very slow start to this race because it seems like everyone's just trying to get their footing, and Mac and Arctic are two drivers that have mastered super speedway racing. They are leading the pack right now. I mean, what am I looking at right now? What an odd start to this race here.
I mean, we're talking about breakaways, but the top three are breaking away from this.
Man.
Pack in the front, that is about for fourth place. Currently, they were 3 wide out of turn 2. They managed to negotiate that, though. But right now, it's just a 3-car show. But these guys at the back, the rookies are trying to, like I said pre-race, just figure out their strategy, right? They're trying to learn this racetrack, find their footing, and dictate the tempo for the season. But right now, they are being schooled by the top 2, as Arctic's under pressure right now for second.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the old racing we saw with the car of tomorrow, where handling actually came into effect. I'm starting to think that these trucks are ill handling. I mean, I'm gonna make the assumption right now that these trucks don't have the grip to do what the driver in the 9 can do. I mean, Juan seems to be the only rookie that actually looks like he knows what he's doing, as now we're starting to get racing here, 3 wide.
3 and 4 wide, actually. Look at that. For for 8th place, I believe. They were about to go 4 wide. That's Arctic on the outside line.
Look at the rookie, Juan to the lead.
Juan takes the lead away from Mac, but in the field behind them, they are finally bunched up together. But they have a lot of work to do, as right now, Mac crosses over on Juan to the inside of turns 1 and 2. Mac takes the lead away, and it looks like Juan loses 1 and 2 positions from first to third.
Look at this racing. The draft is unbelievable. I thought this was going to be a pretty poor race, but this is insanity right now. There are such insane runs. Oh my goodness, what are we watching? This is some insane racing. Look at Blaine in the 56. Huge run on that bottom lane. I mean, these trucks are all over the place, and it is going to lead to, in my opinion, some insane racing today.
Juan is falling back, but look at Doug moving forward. Another one of the veterans, as he's up to 4th.
That's a lane. Doug is
I
right
thought that was
here.
the way, my bad.
It's
I thought that was
fine.
the 08,
Yeah,
my bad.
A lot of
That's
similar
good.
looking trucks, I don't blame you. Doug's moving his way forward
Yeah.
as well. Elaine, one of our rookies, is keeping up. Here comes Conroy Rosario. Butler's coming back. And Mac is finally being ran down by someone that I think could keep up with him. Gino kept in 83, who, newsflash, is out for vengeance after DNQing the Xfinity race. So I'm sure Gino kept out here knowing, hey, this is my only race. I'm going to go out and win this thing and get myself in the playoffs right away.
But I mean, we saw a similar motif in one of the duels where one car is hard to beat, and that car today is Mac. as even though Max started P7, he's currently controlling the pace, and he's currently in control as well, as these guys have not really had much of a way to pass him. They did once, Juan did, but Juan lost position, and now he's in P4 right now, trying to get back up there.
I mean, I just want to chime in real quick here, just real quick before Shane gets a second here. Our pole sitter has dropped to the rear of the pack. Obviously, maybe not having the handling he wants. And why is Chase back here? Someone who I thought would be storming to the front right away, maybe is playing the quiet game here as now we pan back to the front of the field.
That's right. I think Chase is trying to gauge the field and maybe try to play it safe. Maybe he's trying to avoid some disaster in case these rookies get a little too into their heads. And we had a few moments of that in this race so far with 3 wide, sometimes 4 wide, but so far they've been able to keep control of their trucks. But it's been the same as the start, where we just have separate islands where it's just the top 3 in one island, and then the rest of the field in the mid pack in one, and then
PD
the
to
back
bottom.
markers in another island.
All right, Shane, we got a battle for the lead here. 3 wide.
Yeah, 3 wide. Lead the 9 truck, the 88 and the 52. Pretty competitive battle.
Exactly, that is new. One of our drivers. Look at the runs. Holy crap, this racing is unbelievable. I mean, Shane, I'm going to ask you a question real quick here, as this is your first time here. If you are these drivers here, I mean, look at the run that Whiskers has, Fortnite is fun. If you are one of these rookies here, and you are saying the absurd runs that's being delivered here, how in the world do you handle this race? We are only on lap 11, and the racing is out of this world. This is such a handling race, it feels like.
Yeah, seems like intense racing. I wish I could be in the field, but I unfortunately had to deep in the race because the truck wasn't quite up to speed.
I mean, hey.
I was hoping I could come
Well, I mean,
soon and be able to make this in.
well,
Then just happened with the 83. I think that is.
Yeah, again, I want to chime in real quick, Shane. You saw it as well. Yeah, the handling of these trucks are poor. I mean, Max Radio, he just said, all the trucks are awful, and these trucks are handling terribly. And there are many other drivers on the radio saying that. Radio of Chase, he just said, I can't do anything. This truck is a piece of dog. You can put in the rest. These trucks are handling terribly, and I'm going to say this right now, we're probably not going to have a pit stop, even if a caution comes out. So these guys are in it for the long haul, and I am so excited to watch this race play out because I have not seen a race at Daytona or Talladega that has involved handling like this since the Car of Tomorrow days in NASCAR. But this is what it feels like right now, and I mean, like these guys are struggling to go 3 wide, it feels like. Like, these guys are struggling to do much, and I'm a little bit worried on if this will lead to many crashes or what. I mean, these drivers are being conservative, but this is unbelievable. And talk about the rookie Juan. I mean, we're talking about the jitters of these rookies who are trying to get used to this racing. He has led multiple laps already today. Here comes New to the bottom.
Side by side for the lead, Mac, who was leading a bunch of laps earlier, is on the back bumper of that new 52 machine, as right now he goes to the inside. It is 3 wide as well for 3rd place, and like you mentioned earlier, those trucks behind him had a huge run after Mac went to the inside of New, and right now Mac takes the lead away, but he has not got it conclusively just yet, because there's some guys trying to maybe back up, maybe try to generate a run like they do in real life, as they are 3 wide for 3rd.
As Mac is back in the lead, let's get official radio comms from the driver of the 9.
All right, only one behind me is the 83. These runs have been absolutely insane, man. All right, 83 coming up on you. 83 coming up on you. Stalled out. Stalled out. You should be good here. Never mind. Inside. Inside. 83 inside. 83. I can block Gino Kev. If there's nobody behind them, they don't get runs.
Looks like Mac could not complete that block there. There's a bit of radio comms from him. Spotters have to do so much work because just like we just heard in the radio communication, the runs are coming absurdly. Butler to the bottom, 3 wide under. I can't even tell. That's Casernia, and it looks like Blade and New. I mean, Mac most definitely seems to have the best handling truck, but even he has complained about the car feeling tight. I don't know who in the world's going to win this race, but Mac has the best truck, and we see Dexterity moving forward, but Mac definitely has the best handling truck of his 2 other teammates. Shimmer Fredette, we haven't seen him since he led the field to green, as now we are back 3 by 3, as the top 4 have begun to gap the field a little bit. This is a little bit crazy. Oh, Butler gets
Oh, all wide!
Oh, baby! And you Butler to the wall!
To the rack!
That's Casernia.
Into the wall!
Jimmer Fredette is in it. More cars spin. Chris is in it. Luke is in it. They all slide down the track. Watch out. Casernia. Raptor gets involved. Jimmer Fredette. And oh, he is stalled. Oh, stuck on the banking. Stuck on the apron. Trying to merge back up. He can't. He might need to get a tow back to the pit road. Caution's out for the first time. Kind of missed that a little bit there. Our cameras were a little bit jittery there. But they were 4 wide, and a very tame crash, but nonetheless, our first caution is out here as, let's get an update. Have they gotten going? No, they have been towed back to the pits.
No.
Casernia is also on pit road. One of our veterans involved with damage. And the 2 Saucy Racing drivers, well, they got their caution they needed because they lost the draft. Let's take a look at what happened.
So we see Butler here, right under the 3. And this, it's a 63, they 4 wide. Butler moved up the track and oh, yeah, Butler just went right across the 33. Just put him in the wall.
Yeah, just a hard hit there. And, oh, okay. We didn't see that
33
there.
slides down the banking.
Yeah, Casernia gets turned there once again. And looks like Fortnite IST Fun has been turned as well.
Yeah, Butler knew so he didn't care, and he just hooked Fortnite, and another truck got involved. Can't tell what that is.
That's the 14 of Riku Sato, bit of hood damage. Radio from Butler. I'm sorry, I was just pissed. Butler up in smoke. Our outside pole sitter will not see the end of today's race, and there is our pole sitter who also might not see the end. Alright, one more look here. So Juan gets a run on Butler and just kind of just moves him down there, moves him up the track, my mistake, and then begins a side draft and hard into the wall. That's an impact. 170 miles an hour. Casernia goes around, and that's how Luke and Chris get involved, because he's gonna slide down the track and get into these 2, and then one more look at this. Butler just, that's just a blatant right hook. I'm sorry to say, but that's a blatant right hook. And if I'm Fortnite IST Fun, I am not happy. I am very concerned about why the Ford decided to do that, and there's definitely going to be NAPA officials looking at that post-race. Alright, here's Brandon's on board. Very slight contact there into the 15 of Luke, and then, oh, my mistake, and then here's that, and then, oh, Riku Sato. Back under caution here, Butler and Casernia have retired from this race. Butler actually was told to park it by NAPA officials, as, here under caution here, we're gonna chime in here with Mac and the 9. Back here, Dylan and the boys, once again here, MXTV booth, you got a copy? Well, Mac, you have led a majority of this race, but it hasn't been without challenge from drivers like Juan and Labnuke. Well, after 18 laps so far, how do you feel about this race so far?
It's been scary, man. I've been leading majority of the race. but you just start seeing these like absolute monster, like scary, quick, runs coming straight at you, and I guess he had a huge wreck back there. I was told my driver was involved. I think Fredette was involved.
Yeah, he ended up stalling as Chris is bringing. Oh, both Chris and Jimmer Fredette are currently bringing it back down pit road. They were both involved. Yeah. But after that wreck, of course, you avoided it. You were at the front of the pack. But right now, so far in this race, who do you think is your biggest challenger?
Definitely been Gino Cat, man. I mean, that guy's obviously he's gonna be fighting us so hard. He's defending a win here, obviously. But man, as I've complained about some of the handling, we have definitely seemed to have had the best truck the entire day. And I'm really glad that we've gotten to have that, and I hope to continue the dominance we're starting to show right now, because, well, a win to start off our season, even if it's in trucks, would be great.
All right, well, us in the MXTV booth wish you luck, and I don't know if we're going green this time or next time, but either way, best of luck. It's going to be a fun one. Back live here, going to be green on lap 21. Mac Gino Kep will lead the field back to the green. NAPA officials always have a say on if it's single or double file restarts. They have elected for this restart to be double file. If things get chaotic as we go on, this can be changed. But double file for this restart. Mac and Gino Kep, front row.
And we got 3 veterans at the front. Mac, Gino Kep, and Lab Nuke in the 2 truck. About what we expected. As we go to the restart zone. Mac, Gino Kep, green flag in the air.
We saw off the initial jump, it was very kind of spread out early, but now that the tires are fresh and some of our rookies have gotten a feel from this track, we'll see if we see some more intense racing. But Lab Nuke, another one of our veterans, right to the bottom, wasting no time on Mac, and Gino Kep gets shuffled to the top lane, top of 3.
It is 3 wide out of turn 2. Mac currently on the outside line with the 2 of Lab Nuke on the inside of him as they go 2 by 2. 3 wide actually. Here comes the 99 to the inside of Mac and Gino Kep. Of Mac and Lab Nuke.
I mean, this is a rookie. This is a rookie in the 59 truck doing these things. What a job from Juan so far. He's been one of the few that I have seen to just be able to just do whatever he wants to that truck. Syria Motorsports gave him a good handling truck here. And Petey is going to move him to that middle lane. Down to the bottom, looking for the lead is Petey. Mac top of 3. Gino kept giving him a good push. Look at this. We are 3x3 at Daytona for practically like the first time today.
And that is Supra behind them as well. Supra and the 5 of Mac Baxter as well. Trying to move forward. We haven't really talked about them that much today. Yeah. But Mac had a great push from Gino Kep up to 2nd.
Oh, Juan got off the gas. Welcome to the front, Mike Baxter. First time up here today. And right to the bottom of Supra. And Mac has a huge run on Petey. Can't block that. Or can he? No. Mac to the bottom. He can't. Yes,
Mac
he can!
got there.
No, he can! Back to the bottom again! Another opportunity!
And Mac to the inside of that Raybach Chevrolet is going to clear, but here comes Supra! Supra and Mike Baxter in the 5! Supra to the inside of Mac as they enter turn 3!
Off the onboard shot here, Supra doesn't have enough momentum. Mike Baxter was not to the bumper of the 18. Mac was able to carry forward momentum with help from Petey. I mean, again, just as I've said so many times, this is such a handling racetrack, and that's why Mac is so favorable, because he's been here since the start of the NAPA Sim Series, and back in early season 1, season 2, when there were not as many drivers and less experienced drivers in the field, the racing was like this. But then as more experienced drivers came in, it became more pack racing. But now with so many inexperienced drivers with such bad handling trucks, this is exactly in Mac's wheelhouse. And honestly, there are other Cup drivers in the field, but Mac is the only one that has showed a big run from Nacho. 3 wide bottom. Can't get there though. He pulled out too early. These runs are hyper in this series. Oh, Nacho had to let off the gas. Maybe Labnu kind of got a little bit loose there. He had to check up. This racing is unreal.
That's right. Labnuke kind of made a pseudo block on that 95 machine, and it made a sort of back out of it. And now Labnuke is up to second place, but right now he's side by side with PD. But like you said, these runs have been gigantic, and these two behind Mac might try to form one on him out of turn 2. Maybe try to back up to the 95. Here comes Nacho to the inside, though.
Crap. This racing is unbelievable. I'm loving this. These runs are insane. Oh my goodness, this truck package is unbelievable. I was worried at the start of this race, but I have changed my mind. This is unbelievable. Labnuke is able to keep the 3rd spot. Nacho had to get back in line. And big move from Ultra. Mike Baxter in the 5. With help from New. We haven't seen him much today after leading a lap or so. Trying to move his way forward. And I am watching. There he is. The white truck of Shane. And there is Supra in the 8, or my bad, not Shane, Chase in the 04. And for the first time today, he is ahead of Supra in this little paint scheme battle that we're having here. And oh my god, these runs are insane. I would think these two would work together, but no! Supra wants to be ahead of his paint scheme rival.
And we have our own little battle of our own at the front with a bunch of different trucks together. That's New, and the 95 of Nacho, as well as for second, that is PD, and the 2 of Labnu. There are just so many battles all over the racetrack. Here comes PD to the inside of Mac as they go to the start-finish line. Mac's gonna block that, though.
PD needs more help. PD needs more help. Oh, big move from New. Mike Baxter tried the block. He couldn't get it. PD finally has enough forward momentum. Can he clear Mac? A lot of forward momentum.
He's trying to.
He got it. And here comes New with a huge run. PD has to go up and block Mac, but it doesn't matter because here comes New. This is unbelievable. Holy crap. This is unbelievable.
Here comes Mike Baxter to the inside of Labnuke as well, and maybe to the inside of Mac. These guys got into a 2x2 pack now, and New is to the lead, trying to get the 5 as well to follow through. And New, for the first time, or it seems like the first time, will lead a lap at Daytona, but Mac is back in traffic now.
All right, Shane, we're going to chime in to you here a little bit because I like to point out here, there are some drivers that have lost this draft, one of them being Blade, who was literally up at the front earlier. Shane, if you were a driver here, would you be up in the pack or would you be backing out waiting for chaos to happen? What would be your strategy?
I have been wrecked out in that first caution. So, I mean, if I did make it to this point, I would probably try main pack.
I like it.
Because I think that if you're up front, as most can, you avoid accidents more. Back, there's a chance that there's a lot more room for error unless you're completely out the pack. Which
I'm so sorry here. I'm so sorry here.
You don't want to be completely out the pack because you start losing the pack. Oh, the 14, a little slow.
Oh my goodness. Chase and Mac just flew by, and oh my god, look at the pack, look at the front that Mac has. I am hearing word, Riku Sato, once out of this draft, has to come in. He has not met minimum speed, but officials were a little late. And it has caused mayhem at the front of the field. I am so sorry, Shane, for having to block you out here for a second, but we just had a problem here with the 14, who is slow on the track, was involved in that little scuffle between Butler and Fortnite ST Fun. Riku Sato is being told by officials, you have to bring it in, you have not met minimum speed, but for now, you can't really do that when you're in a pack like this, so for now, we're going to let the 14 hang on. And let's hope, yeah, this group's already forming back up here. New was able to keep the lead. Mac back up to second. Mac was in trouble, by the way. Mac was going to fall to the back, but that left truck has just saved his race. Shane, if you have anything else to say, chime back in. I am very sorry. Back to you.
I don't know more there is to say. I mean, we see these trucks trying to form right back up. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Everyone's just trying to repair what they lost after the Sato and the 14 slowed everybody up.
Yeah, Riku Sato really slowed everyone up here, and NAPA officials are telling him it has to be within the next 2 laps. that Riku Sato has to pull it in and park it. And also, for the viewers, there's going to be a little jump cut because I'm going to have to tap out to retire him. Just going to say that right now. And Jimmer Fredette as well. Has he met minimum speed? No. He has not met minimum speed. That truck is 6 seconds off the pace compared to his fastest lap. Back live, Jimmer Fredette has been told to bring it down pit road. He has not met minimum speed. Back to the front of the field. We are single file, but that's because of what happened to the 14. That's why he was also told to bring it down pit road. But this field is forming back up here. Give a shout out to Raptor in the top 10. Whiskers in the top 10. Good runs for these guys, and welcome Doug to the top 10 for the first time. He's trying to hang on here, but this pack is all over the place right now. Who has our fastest lap? Vixterity, what a time! Look at that compared to everyone else. Vixterity must have a good handling truck, just can't get up here. This is some unreal racing here, and I need to see if this pack can even get all back together, because that really slowed everyone down, and it really caused the checkup. Like, I mean, look at the difference between our packs now. Like, it has caused huge separation.
I guess while we have our little Serenity moment in this race, why don't we hit up Mac one more time?
All
Mac,
right.
this is
Go ahead.
Mac. This is Chris in the MXTV booth. Do you got me?
Yeah, I do. Just let me block Lab Noob real quick.
So Mac, while the race has been pretty calm after that moment with the lap truck, do you feel confident in your truck, and what do you think will happen as the race goes on?
We've dominated up front. It's felt so good up front. I mean, we were about to fall back, but I think that 14 causing some issues get us right back up to the front. We sorted by the 9. Yeah. Well, we're back up here. I've liked how many laps we led. I really like this truck. I really like these racing conditions. It reminds me of my old days in Season 1.
All right.
All right,
Yeah.
that was all I had to say. Dylan, do you have any questions?
No, because I want to make sure that Max Spotter can keep him focused here, because there are some heavy hitters behind him here. 3 veterans, one of them being a cup driver, and Nuke just schooled Lab Nuke right to the bottom. I mean, this pack's got to get back together. Like, these guys are struggling. This pack is strung out. These cars are insanely quick. This top 4 has been at the front all race long. And honestly, if you're Mac, I would rather have his spotter making sure that he can stay ahead of these guys, but they're doing battling of their own. But yeah, Mac, he might have already locked up most lap sled. This is an insanely fast truck, and definitely the 14 caught him a break, I will be honest, because he was fading. But right now he's flying. Look at the 59 truck. What a run. This is unbelievable. These guys are crazy. And if these rookies were more confident with pushing, I think we'd actually be seeing tandem racing. But these rookies aren't confident enough, in my opinion, to do that. So it has caused, you know, a bit of racing to kind of, you know, get a bit more packed together when everyone catches up to each other. Because again, as well, these truck bodies make it very hard to tandem as well. As we are down to, we've lost a lot of trucks. We are down to 16 trucks in this first pack. Then we have a second group with Brandon, Dakota, Elaine, Misty, and Matt. And then this group has been back here the entire time. They were waiting for an accident, but I don't know if they're going to get it. Because this pack has been strung out so much.
Right, and another caveat to that strategy of wanting a caution is that there are so many islands around the racetrack. I mean, there's this island over here of 6 and 7 trucks. Behind them is like another 10 and another one behind that. So it's pretty unlikely we're going to see a caution. But right now, it's just, I just don't see it. Right now, everyone is single file, and Mac is being pushed right now as it is just him and the 2 of Lab Nuke all by themselves while everyone else is trying to negotiate positions behind.
I mean, I don't know what to say, because when I came into this race, I saw practice. We were me and Mac commentated practice, right? And it was pretty close together. So I did not expect when we got to the race tonight that it would be like this. But this has been unbelievable. I mean, it is so early or late 2000s coded. Like, this is just an insanity. And I mean, the truck package absolutely cooked. Like, I mean, I think what this shows more, which kind of sucks for our rookies, but this shows skill more than anything. You need more skill than anything to go out here and be competitive in this race. A bit of, equipment matters too, but to solely be able to make the moves that some of these guys have been able to make, you need to have a lot of skill. And, well, the drivers at the front of the field, I'm happy to say, you got the skill to compete at these type of tracks. Look at, I mean, what a run for Whiskers right now, one of our rookies. Look at Lion up here in the first pack, Raptors hanging on. Gino Caponaccio are actually struggling to hang on, which was, in my opinion, a shock. But great run for our guys that have been hanging on so far here. But, again, can anyone keep up with the 9 of Mac? He is running quicker lap times than the drivers in his draft. That is absurd, by the way. Mac has such a good handling truck. How is anyone going to get by him? We're going to find out as we are on 12 laps to go.
I mean, to a point that you said earlier, it's not just the drivers, but also a testament to the teams, because it seems like not just Mac, but also the 2, the 88, and the 52, all veterans in the NAPA Cup Series have really strong trucks, but by far the de facto best truck in this race has been that 9 machine of Mac. But right now, he's also been doing a great job taking care of that truck, too. It's one thing having a fast truck, but it's another thing taking care of it. Here comes the run to the inside, by the way! Mac under pressure as they come out of turn 4.
Oh, I think Mac might still be clear. No, the cameras deceived me a little bit. Labnuke to his inside, got a side draft, but he also needs help. Here comes the help. Here comes everyone. We might be back to our race from earlier. We are going to get formed up here at the front, it looks like. Can Labnuke clear? He's tight. He can't. He got tight on the bottom. I saw the car bottom out a little bit. Mac hangs on. Handling has become a huge factor in this race. Look at the pack. Juan to the bottom.
Mac was under pressure in turn 2, but he cleared it. And now here comes Juan to the inside of Labnuke. The rookie has been so sensational in this race so far, but can he finish the job? He has one more truck in front of him as we have 10 laps to go at Daytona International Speedway.
Dog, where did he come from? Has been in the mid-pack all race long. Now he's trying to get himself up there, the Apex Auto Sport driver, with help from Petey. But he's going to need more help than that, because Mac has obviously proved he has the best handling truck in the entire field. They're going to have to do something different if they want to get by him. They're going to need to freight train him, because I've been seeing too much of drivers bailing on each other. If you want to get by the 9, just like I'm seeing right here with Petey, you need to work with your, not even teammate, you just need to work with whoever's in front of you, but these drivers aren't doing that. They're not going to get by the 9 if they do not give each other some assistance. I mean, the rookies don't understand that as much as the veterans, but Petey and Doug, they should not be doing this. They are slowing each other down.
And they are allowing Mac to once again pull away and make it more decisive of his victory.
Here comes the run. Here comes the run. Look at the run. Here comes the
run. Here comes Juan to the inside of Mac. And he's just side dropped in the back straightaway.
Dexterity was not going to help Juan because he knows that that's his teammate to his outside. So he's going to do everything in his power to take the lead himself or let Mac hang on. But Juan is hanging on by himself. Juan, the rookie, trying to outduel the veteran coming to 8 laps to go.
It's a drag race to the line. Mac on the outside, Juan on the inside. Mac wins the drag race to the line, but they are still side by side.
I definitely think the middle lane is better handling wise. But if you got a lot of trucks formed up, the bottom will be better. But when you're by yourself, the middle lane is the way to go from what I've seen today. The handling has been best in the middle lane, but if you got a bunch of trucks willing to work with you, the bottom is going to work out. We've even seen the top be okay. I mean, this is unbelievable. Coming to 7 laps to go here, and this is a pack of 16 trucks. Everyone else is hoping for a caution to at least give them a shot to get a sub-average finish here. 7 laps to go. Mac has been in control here.
And Juan is in second, but right now, nobody's really been able to help Juan as they come across the start-finish line earlier. Juan is by himself. PD just made a pass for third, but right now, Juan can't really do anything. He has the draft, yes, but he can't really do anything because Mac will just defend on the middle of the line like you mentioned. So Juan really does need some help if he's going to try and get around that 9 machine. As they come out of turn 4, it is going to be 6 laps to go this time for the 9 of Mac.
As more timer, we'll let Shane chime in here. I just want to real quick. Even these guys are racing intensely. Like, they are racing everywhere. What if these guys are the caution? What will you do for a chance at a better finish? Who knows here, but I mean, Shane, we've seen Mackley, we've seen Juan up front here. On the white flag, where do you want to be?
I want to be in third place.
Third?
Because
Alright.
first and second, they're going to be battling. Third be right there to pounce on the opportunity. And if they need to wreck the front two, they can. Gives them a perfect opportunity. And if you don't win, you get a perfect front row seat.
I like that intel, and honestly, with the way that Mac has been leading this race, if he gets put in third place, he may just straight up wreck the top 2 for his win, because he deserves this. But you know who else has put up an insane fight? Juan in the 59. We're going to give him his flowers post-race, because unbelievable drive from this rookie. He is like the only rookie I've seen that has been able to just straight up out-duel the 9 truck at times. I mean, you look at this top 10, the only other rookie is Supra in the 18. That is it. You got to look back to 12th, 13th, 14th. You got Lion, Whiskers, Mike Baxter, and you got Raptor in this group. Those are all the rookies. The rest are veterans in either the Cup or Truck Series. Or, my bad, yeah, Truck Series. That is gonna be up here. 4 laps to go. Mac is in control. And from what I've seen, he's not going to lose it. That's just my opinion, but all you need is to get a huge run on the white flag and just barely beat him to the line. That's all you have to do. I don't see no caution, so it's a race to the finish, and it's going to be one of these 5 right here. These have been the quickest 5 trucks pretty much all race long. We've seen speed from Lab Nuke, we've seen speed from Super, but late in the race they've been struggling to hang on. But I could be wrong, because that Lab Nuke, he heard my words. He's flying with a push from Geno Cap. We haven't seen him up here all day. Here he comes now. 3 laps to go at Daytona. Look at this. Single file with 3 laps to go.
Not anymore.
Again, though, like, why are you jumping under the 59? You need to help him if you have a chance to beat the 9. But these drivers are more willing to put themselves in that position. But the better move might be push the driver ahead of you to at least give yourself a chance. The 9 truck is too good. Let's see here. New's going to give a push to the 88, but again, the run just needs to develop. New's going to move him. Yeah, New's not going to work with him either. No one wants to work with anyone. And that is just going to allow the 9 here to hold his lead. 2 laps to go.
And Mac is probably saying to himself, go on guys, I want you guys to keep battling each other, because the more you do that, I'm going to win this race. Because Mac is once again pulling a lead. Here comes the run!
See?
Here comes the run!
That's what
to
happens.
the inside of Mac!
That's what happens when you help the driver in front of you. You're gonna have a chance. Now you have a chance to make it 3 wide. Now you have a chance if you're new. But you don't have a chance when you're running second. You need to do it when the 9 is not the leader, and that has happened, but New couldn't hold on the bottom. Mac's gonna have a chance to pull the crossover. He's gonna do it. Come on, white flag.
Mac!
Unbelievable
White
driving.
flag this time!
He's gonna take
Mac
the lead here.
has the lead back!
That is unreal driving from the veteran. That is a veteran at work. Can he clear PD before turn 1? Masterclass. That's all I have to say. Because he did that. He made that look so simple. Uh-oh, but here comes some. Here comes New.
Here comes New! Here comes New to the inside!
Help from teammate. You got this, Chris. Take it to the finish. Help from his teammate, Arctic.
Side by side on the back straightaway, it's New on the inside, Mac on the outside. Mac has a run on the outside of New's Later 3 and 4 for the final time. It's gonna be a drag race on turn 4. New Mac. Who is it gonna be? Mac on the outside has a run, and into the tri-oval. I don't even know who's gonna win this one, Dylan. Who won?
It's
Who won the
New!
race?
New steals the
New
win!
and a photo finish.
New steals the win at Daytona! And the feel-good story for Mac will not happen! New steals the win for SW Motorsports with an insane push from Teammate Arctic. New, you are the winner of the NAPA Truck Series race at Daytona. Holy moly!
Photo finish across the line too. Insane.
Oh my god! We were wondering, how was anyone gonna outduel Mac? And I said it with a few laps to go. You gotta hook up with the driver in second. And when teammates get together, that is the result. What a finish! Let's take a look at that photo finish one more time. Watch this coming to the line here. Flagman's gonna wave the checkered flag here. And to the line, New takes the win. Unbelievable. What a finish. That is just unbelievable. Let's get it one more time, even slower. Even slower here across the line. Wait for New and Mac to come in the frame. They're going to come in the frame here any second. I mean, this is just unbelievable. I mean, that was a perfectly timed move by the veteran. Hooked up with his teammates. And that's all you had to do. Teammates played that perfectly. Here is Mac Radio after the finish.
88, bruh. Why did he back off? We had a shot there. I'm so sorry, guys. I should have won that. Damn 88. That dude was an asshole the entire day.
I would be the same way if I was in that position. Unbelievable. And Mac has another chance tomorrow night in the Xfinity Series. But obviously, not happy with the 88 of Petey. I'm curious if Mac will say anything to him post-race. We'll, of course, also get an interview with him. And then, I mean, here's the battle back here, I guess. Just an unreal race. We just watched a cinematic performance by all the drivers in this first pack. All 16 drivers that hung in this first pack gave us a show. Such a show. Unbelievable. Little quick thing to note in the second pack here. Something happened here with only a few laps to go. Tire down on the 82 of Dakota Littleberry. And he ended up not finishing this race. Something terminal happened in that car. Dakota Littleberry did not finish this race. Might have had a tire down, but he came over the radio saying something blew up. So, could have been a combination of both, but just wanted to get that out there. What an unreal day. What an unreal day here. Let's take a look here at our top 10. New comes home with the win. Max second. Arctic third. Juan the rookie in fourth. Petey in fifth. Vixterity sixth. Nacho seventh. Great run for him. Guys, I'm looking at the rest of the top 10. Gino kept Doug Labnuke. Juan is the only driver to finish inside the top 10. Talk about how much talent these veterans have. But we'll talk about how much talent Juan has. Any final thoughts from Shane and Chris here before we go off air here after an amazing race?
I mean, everything I wanted to say has already been said.
But for all of us here in the MXTV booth, that was the NAPA Sim Truck Series. Hope you guys enjoyed and congratulations to New. See you guys next time for the Xfinity Series at Daytona.